I think that the Villages is a family. Whether it was a family that started it, whether it's your employees that you have incorporated as a family in your business, whether it's families of other businesses, the Villages has its own, and there are families within the Villages. They stand behind you. They give you wonderful opportunity for your growth in your family for the long term, for our families, for our next generations. I'm second generation family that's worked in the Villages in this company. My dad worked for Mr. Swartz in Orange Blossom Gardens. He was party to the first commercial buildings. When they started building the houses, Mr. Swartz asked him what he wanted to do. He gave him a choice in what he wanted to do in that process, and he chose trimming the houses. And he went to work for Mike West as his trim carpenter, and it's been a family ever since. They work together. When I ask who trimmed the first houses, who built the first houses in the Villages, I've always been told that they were done together. No matter who the first builder was or the first trim carpenter on those first few houses, they worked together. They wanted a quality of what a family would put behind it. I feel very blessed to have been included, because when my dad passed away, they could have said, we don't want you here anymore. They didn't do that. They actually embraced me. I had other builders who embraced and said, if you need any, guidance, leadership, don't hesitate to ask, because we know this is new to you. And so that said, I have a grandson who has worked with us now. So my son has worked. So actually we've had 4 generations in the Villages, and it's a wonderful, honorable thing to me, and I'm so very proud to be a part of it. So when I think of the Villages, or I say that I work for the Villages, I say that with pride. Jack loved working here. He was his happiest at work, and he was one of the most giving men you've ever met. And his punchline would be, what? We want to do that? I have to trim 3 houses for that. But just the working, to drive up on the job, if you drove up on a job where he was at, he was going to walk outside with the biggest smile on his face, because he did love what he was doing, and he was happy doing it. He liked to give everybody a hard time. That was his nature. But I still can pull up on a job site from time to time, or we get called for a service call for home, and my brother works with me in my company, and he'll call me and he'll go, I had a hard time in this house. We were in this house. This is one of the last houses that Jack did. So there again, it all goes back to family.